Concerns are growing this morning over the possibility of a hacked presidential election. Experts believe a cyber attack this year could be a reality, especially following the hack of DNC emails.
The ranking member of the Senate Homeland Security Committee sent a letter Monday to the Homeland Security Secretary. It said in part, election security is critical, and a cyber attack by foreign actors on our election systems could compromise the integrity of our voting process. Mireya Villarreal is in Los Angeles to show us how this could happen and if there is a fix. Mireya, good morning.
Well, good morning. Roughly 70% of the states in the U.S. use some form of electronic voting machine. Hackers tell me the problems with these machines have been around for years. The system and the computer are both old and antiquated. With millions expected to hit the polls in just 3 short months for the presidential election, security experts are now raising some red flags.
And I'm afraid the election's going to be rigged, I have to be honest.
For weeks, Donald Trump has told his supporters the outcome of the 2016 election could be out of his control.
Good question.
But for the hackers at Semantic Security Response, Election Day results could be manipulated by an affordable device you can find online.
I can insert it, and then it resets the card, and now I'm able to vote again.
The voter doesn't even need to leave the booth to hack the machine. And how much does that cost?
$15.
So for $15, I could hack the vote.
For $15 and in-depth knowledge of the card, you could hack the vote.
Semantic Director Kevin Haley says elections can also be hacked by breaking into the machines after the votes are collected.
The results go from that machine into a piece of electronics that takes it to the central counting place. That data is not encrypted, and that's vulnerable for manipulation.
How big of a hacking potential problem is this?
Well, there's a huge potential. There are so many places in the voting process once it goes electronic that's vulnerable.
According to a report from the Brennan Center for Justice, one reason these voting systems are so vulnerable is their age.
We found that more than 40 states are using voting machines that are at least 10 years old.
Our system is as secure as we can possibly make it.
Denise Merrill, president of the National Association of Secretaries of State, says the lack of funding keeps most precincts from updating their systems, but all machines have to meet specific government standards.
The idea of a national hack of some sort is almost ridiculous because there is no national system.
In fact, the more than 9,000 voting districts across the country all have different ways of running their elections down to the type of machine they use. But Merrill says there are checks in place to prevent fraud.
Our voting systems are heavily regulated. They're tested both before and after. There are paper trails everywhere. By and large, I would say the American election system works very well.
CBS learned that only 60% of states routinely conduct audits post-election by checking paper trails. But not all states even have paper records, like in some parts of swing states like Virginia and Pennsylvania, which experts say could be devastating. The Election Assistance Commission told us that they ensure all voting systems are vigorously tested against security standards and that systems certified by the EAC are not connected to the internet. Gail?
Well, less than 100 days, we're going to the polls. Thank you, Mireya, very much. Good to see you.